Hello, hello, Dana Wilde here, and welcome to the show. I'm so excited to chat with you today because we're talking about a topic that is really a major deal for a lot of people. And I wouldn't even be surprised if I would say like most entrepreneurs have a challenge with this because, you know, we're the rainmakers. We're making the money in our businesses. And so you go out and you make those sales and you may have a big month and, you know, you breathe a sigh of relief. And the next thing you know, you go, oh man, hold on. Now I'm not having such a good month. And especially if your income is reliant on other people, which most of us, that's our experience, where they're looking at our clients. In some cases, it's team members. In some cases, we have salespeople on our staff or teams. And so there's a lot of impact when you don't feel like you've got that consistency. And it's not just financial impact, that's the obvious, but it's emotional impact too. So I am really excited to talk to Julie Kraschinsky. She is a sales director with Mary Kay, and I have been kind of chatting with her a little bit before the show, and I think the best way to start in is just to kind of jump in and kind of hear where she's at right now. And let's unravel this, because a lot of this kind of stress that comes from finances, it can be alleviated with mindset. And hey, that's what I'm doing here, right? So hey, Julie, welcome to the show.
Hi. I'm so excited. Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm so glad to have you here too. And this is like one of my favorite topics that you're talking about because it's so universal. Mm-hmm. You know, anybody who's had big dreams and been building a business and, you know, has been starting to market and all that, we've experienced this at one time or another. And so tell me a little bit about where you think this kind of stressor pattern is coming from.
You know, sadly to say, and I didn't really want to, you know, harp on the fact that I went through a divorce and all that. And I think those old tapes of your spouse or things they used to say to you, you know, play over and over, even though you don't want to give them the power or control. So I think that's what is built in my subconscious, because when I started my business, I started it just for spare time money, because I came from corporate America and I just wanted to be home with my kids, you know, and I think, you know, I wasn't making it my career, so I was making money, but he wanted me to make big money, and I didn't want the career yet again.
I totally get it. So let me see if I've got this right. So what it seems like has happened then is you were in a relationship, you were kind of just doing a business just to make some money on the side because you were more focused about being an at-home mom. And then when, and at that time, he was maybe like, what was it? Why aren't you doing more? Why aren't you doing more? Why aren't you doing more? Kind of a attitude. So that kind of gets ingrained in us, right?
Yeah.
And then you got divorced and now you're on your own and now you really want to make this a bigger deal, and you still got that nagging voice of I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing more.
Yeah.
Okay. I totally get that and I understand. And so where right now in your business, what is it about your business that excites you, or what's on your radar that you say, like, this is really what I'm going for?
Okay. I'm in direct sales with Mary Kay, and I love my business. We've earned 13 cars, so I'm really excited. I've had success. It's not that I haven't had success in Mary Kay. It's just that you always want more, right?
Yeah, you do.
And you do. But they just rolled out the first time in history, 55-year history, for consultants. I'm a sales director. Not only sales directors, but consultants can now earn a trip, all expense paid, flight and everything, to a cruise to the Bahamas. And I really want to take my boyfriend, who's been so supportive of me for the last 6 years, in my amen corner. And that is my why right now. And I also want my team members to earn it. So I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, it would be exciting because it's fun, you know, especially yourself as earning 13 cars at Mary Kay, and as somebody who's achieved some success. It's nice when you have an opportunity to let the people that you're bringing in that are brand new be on something like this. So that's a good fun why. I really like that a lot. And so what do you think is standing in the way of that? Like, why wouldn't you just get that?
Right, exactly. I am going to get it. I need you to tweak just a little.
Well, that's what we're going to do. Exactly. What do you think? Like, if there's anything kind of just, what is it that's kind of niggling there?
I think maybe going for something big in the past and not achieving it. is kind of hanging over my head a little bit. That's probably it. And I do help my team, and like I'm really good at working through helping them through their mindset. Nice. And then I have to keep reminding them, Nice. It does solidify, right?
Well, it's good because I know you're a longtime brain trainer, and I know that you're using this with your team, so that's exciting. And you're right. I mean, this is the thing about mindset. It's so easy to do it for somebody else, right? Yes. And then it comes to ourselves, and we're like, oh, Dana, you got to bust yourself, right? I mean, it's totally how it works. So I totally get that. So it feels like to me, like what you're saying is this is something that's a big want in your business. You want more stability. You want more consistency. So again, with the up 1 month and down another month, is there anything in particular besides the husband self-talk that that causes that? Like, can you think of anything in particular?
Like maybe just saying it. Being a brain, right? Saying it's not supposed to say what you don't want. So maybe I should stop saying that it goes up 1 month and then I'm back to the average, of my year.
Yeah, my work is done. You totally stole my answer because that's... I told you she was a master brain trainer, right? She knows what she's talking about here. That's exactly it. This is the reason I keep asking these questions, and these are the questions you can ask of yourselves too, is that once you start asking those questions, like what's standing in my way, you start to see the story so clearly. Like you start to see like, okay, I'm saying that it's this idea that I've got this tape from my husband, but it's not really that I've got this tape from my husband. It's that I keep saying that I've got this tape from my husband. So maybe you've heard me say the problem is not the problem, but the problem is that we keep thinking and talking about the problem. And so that's kind of the same here, and you're absolutely right. You've got this expectation almost for a financial roller coaster. And I've actually been there too. I know just what that's like. And I think what happens is sometimes when we, make a bunch of money, we have this sigh of relief. And then it's like, oh, okay, good. Now I don't have to do anything, But when we're at a different point, then we're like, okay, I got to do something, right? And so it's funny how come when we're not here, we don't have that feeling of like, I want it to keep coming. And so I think that's the mindset to shift. And I know I went through that myself where I was like, okay, I'm busting myself on that and I want to fix that. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's completely fixable. So here's the thing. Let's start with thinking about different phrases you could say and different mindset things you could think about. Because when you have a big goal or a big thing that you want to do, first of all, there's some basic things you can do and that I'm sure you're familiar with, but I'm going to remind you of just because it will be beneficial.
Yes.
The mind must think that it's already happened, that you've already, it's a done deal, this Bahamas trip. So what I would start to ask yourself is, when it's done, how will you know it's done? Right? How will you know that you did it? So what would be the first thing you will do once you see that number tick? You go in your back office and you see that number tick and it says like, oh my gosh, we just did it. We actually just won the Bahamas trip. Like who will be the first person you tell?
Michael.
Okay. That's your man.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you going to call him or talk to him face to face when you tell him?
I go right downstairs.
Okay, so you're going to go downstairs, and what will you say when you do it?
Oh my gosh!
Like you looked at those numbers and they ticked over, and you're.
Oh my gosh! You're going to
right.
We're going.
We're going. We did it, right? Okay, and he'll know what that is.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Okay, so you'll say like, "Oh my gosh." You're running down the stairs. It's done. We did it. We finally did it. What? I can go to bed. We can have a glass of wine.
Earlier in the day.
Okay, there we go. Let's celebrate with lunch.
Yes.
Let's celebrate and go out to lunch. Like what kind of thing would you say? What?
Yeah, look for one of our favorite restaurants right on the water, the Landing.
There you go. Let's celebrate. And then what's he gonna say when you say like let's celebrate with lunch or whatever you say?
Oh my gosh. He's going to say, I knew you can do it.
Right? That's what they always say, isn't it? What's with us? I know. They always say, like, I knew you would. Right? I knew you would. And then what are you going to say to that?
Oh my gosh, it just, I don't know. I'm just going to say, thank you for believing in me and, hopefully pushing me to do it, to really believe in myself is the key.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. So that is, I think sometimes, especially in the case of trips, I know I used to have this problem all the time. It's hard to imagine, like, here I am in Ireland. What's Ireland like? Like, I've never been to Ireland, and now I'm supposed to imagine what I'm like in Ireland. And I think that sometimes that can be a challenge. I'm supposed to imagine myself in the Bahamas or Hawaii or wherever it is. And obviously, it's a good idea to go out and get some travel books on the Bahamas, go out and put Bahamas posters up, put your little a little picture of you in the picture, and just plan the trip as though you're going. I mean, those are all good things. Like, just start planning the trip of the things you're going to do.
Renew my passport. Yeah.
Exactly, things like that.
So that's number one.
No, put that down on a to-do list. Renew passport, number one.
Yeah.
Get travel books, all those things. But the next thing I think that will be useful is the visualization piece of it, because the brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. It really thinks it happened. It really has there's no discernible difference. And this is not just me saying this. This is studied over and over and over again. There's no discernible difference between when you imagine something. But I think sometimes the challenge we have is when we imagine things that are kind of like we've never done and are hard to imagine, it doesn't have emotional impact. So if you could make a commitment to yourself that between now and whatever date, pick a date, you will set a little timer, and I want to say for 3 minutes a day, but even if you do it for 1 minute a day, just imagine that conversation. Just imagine that conversation with feeling as though it's happened. And each time you imagine it, add a little detail. Flesh it out a little bit more. Like, where exactly is he going to be sitting? Where exactly am I going to be standing? Is there going to be music in the background? So use all of those senses. What am I going to be seeing? What am I going to be smelling? Will he have just made a pot of coffee? Think about the things you're going to be smelling and just flesh it out a little bit more. And the more emotional juice you can give it, and not for a long time, like literally 1 minute to 3 minutes a day. If you make that commitment, that is that will get you there. That is it. And in fact, we've had many, not even like just one or two, many people in Train Your Brain U use this method to win trips in as short as 9 days. Like, had nothing,
I know.
Right? Had nothing for their trip, as short as 9 days. So do that. The next thing is you have to start being really diligent about your thinking and about the way you're feeling, because we can all get lazy about our thinking. And you've got two things going on here. The one thing is, I've got a big dream I'm going for, and I feel that little bit of self-doubt, or I feel that little bit about, I don't want to talk about it because what if I don't get it, And it's okay. You don't have to talk about it. That makes no difference. What matters is what you think about it. And then the second piece is this idea of, I want more consistency. I'm divorced now, and I want to have that thing where I can count on myself month in and month out and be there for myself. So I think what we'll do is let's work on a little rant with that, and let's do it after the break. Let's come up with a good mindset rant. Are you open for that?
Yes, I love it.
Yay! Okay, do you have anything to add before we go and check in with our social media audience here? No?
Nope. You're
All
doing
right.
a great job.
No, Julie, I'm excited. So I want to
you.
make sure that you all know Julie Kraschinsky, she's a sales director for Mary Kay, and what we're going to do, the link is going to be in the comment section. If you want to go connect with Julie and cheer her on and get to know her, we'll also include it with podcasts under the podcast. So either way, you'll be able to connect with Julie and hang out. She's over at eWoman Network too, by the way. That's a whole another thing that's going on in her life, and probably an opportunity that came from brain training. So we'll make sure and include that link. We'll make sure that you are able to connect on her Facebook page and all different places. We're going to take a quick 90-second break. For those of you that don't know, we are live here on Facebook every Thursday at 9 a.m. doing these interviews, and you can join us. Come and hang out. All you have to do is go to danawilde.com/update, and we'll give you the update. And you get to be part of the conversation, just like our peeps right now. So sit tight. We'll be back in 90 seconds and we'll talk about the perfect words to say. Be right back. Hey, it's Dana Wilde, and welcome back to the show. I'm having a really nice conversation with Julie Kraschinsky. She's a sales director, independent sales director for Mary Kay, and she's going for a trip to the Bahamas, and she wants to kind of shake this mindset of where it's not as consistent as she liked, because she knows it just comes from a kind of a stuck tape from the old days, and she wants to unstick that tape. And all of us can identify with that. Whenever we hit a new level in our business, we get a set point, and then that's what we have to do. We do the mindset work, we break through, we get to the next new level, and guess what? You get to do it all over again. This is how it works. You keep breaking through these new levels because you keep growing your mindset. You keep getting growing yourself and getting to be a better thinker, which is what we are all about here in the Train Your Brain Sandbox. We want you to be a better thinker and not to be a lazy thinker, to be proactive, to be aware. So I've got some good news. The first good news is that you don't have to be like a Zen monk and be aware 50% of the day. Like if you can even start to pay attention and be more focused about 0.5% a day or 1% a day, you're going to start to see the shift, all right? Then the next thing is you want to make it a habit when you catch yourself in those times where you're not really thinking of anything, proactively starting this new story. And so this is the one you're going to test for the next 72 hours. Are you game? Okay. Ready? Okay. Yeah. So I think what you should do is you should start out just kind of easy with being like, okay, I did it. I'm on Dana's show. We got our technology all worked out. It actually happened, right? So it's time. Like this is meant to be. Like I am meant to be doing this right now. And I get everything she's saying. And I like thinking in my own head. I love being a proactive thinker. I like playing with words and like sentences to see if I can juice it up and get myself fired up. I like the idea that my reticular activating system, part of my brain, is matching up whatever I think and talk about. And so I'm going to be better about busting myself. And I like busting myself. And I like paying attention. If I feel a little flat or I feel a little bit of self-doubt, I know like the cure is thinking in my own head. I know that I don't have to make this hard. And I already had the answer even before I got on the show. I know the story is not the problem. Is not the problem. I know that it's the story I'm telling, and so I feel so validated that she said I'm a master brain trainer, and I know that I am. Like I know the answers, and I know how to help myself, and I know how to think, and I know how to focus in my head. And so this is my opportunity to shine, and this is my opportunity to grow, and this is my opportunity to start saying things like I'm shifting and I'm moving in the right direction and I'm ready to think in my own head and I'm able to think in my own head and I'm moving forward all the time and I'm getting better at this all the time. And it kind of is silly when I think about it now, like as I talk and as I think about this, everything I know, all my years of experience, all the things I've done, combined with the fact that I get this brain training stuff, I actually feel a little bit silly right now, even that I had a moment of self-doubt, because my goodness, I am such a powerhouse combination of all of the best stuff to make this happen. Like this is mine to have. This is the next logical step in my business. I kind of almost feel like Mary Kay offered this just for me because I was so excited to have my consultants and my team members be a part of this. It feels like it's unfolded so perfectly for me. Like this is mine. This is meant to be mine. This is just the thing I needed to have a focal point to be excited about my business, to have a focal point, to get some momentum and get some traction so that I can start to get that consistency. And now I see the missing link hasn't really been what my husband used to say. The missing link was when I would get up, I would take that sigh of breather of relief. And now I know that this trip is meant to get the momentum going and meant to get me up and meant to get me feeling at the very top of the mountain, because I am meant to stay there and I'm meant to recognize it, that this is my new set point. This is now the new feel good. This is now where I'm starting from. This is where I'm staying consistently month in and month out, because now I know I'm keeping my emotions there. And when I keep my emotions there, my finances will match it. I'm getting good at this. I'm a master brain trainer. Every week, every day, I'm getting better and better at practicing this. I'm eking my awareness more and more, and I'm eking those positive thoughts more and more. And I'm starting right now. Okay?
Yeah. I love me a Dana Rant. That's for sure.
Does that fit for
my
you,
girlfriends
Julie?
will call me. Yeah, my girlfriends will call me sometime going, okay, I need a rant. I'm like, let me see. Let me see what I can bring up.
See? So you got this. It's just practice. It's just practice and keep doing it. That's the thing. And I think that really this is the missing piece for you, Julie, is the it feels like a roller coaster because you do take that sigh of relief when things are going well. And I think that when things are going well, that's the time you really need to double down on the rant and kick it up even more. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes. That is the missing link. Thank you.
I'm so excited for you. I just can't wait. Now, I want to make a call out to everybody who's listening too. Besides the fact that you should go visit Julie in all her places, we'll put all her links below and connect with her. Everybody, we promised us to take like 60 seconds on Julie's behalf and imagine her coming back to report to us about all of her success, because we're all in this together and it'll be so fun to be able to all report back and have Julie report back and tell us just how awesome everything's going and the trip and all that good stuff. Okay, so let's all visualize. We could all be part of this at the same time. Julie, do you have any final questions or comments? Or
no, I just know that other than being in your space and playing in your sandbox for years, I'm a Dana groupie.
Oh, that's nice.
If there is one, I'm sure there is. We're all one, right? It just solidifies being in the space of people who think like you, and even know that we sometimes have little doubts and little, quirky things that creep in, but together we can lift each other up and definitely achieve all of our goals and help other people too.
You are exactly spot on. The reason this is so easy for me is because I've had to do this for myself too. So it's like none of us are immune. None of us are immune to these thoughts or these ideas. So we're all with you, man. That's so true, Julie. Well, Julie, it's just so awesome. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you.
I'm so excited. We finally got it to work, right?
Yay! Right? It's meant to be, and we're all rooting for you. And so everybody, we're going to do that together. We're going to root for Julie. We are going to put a little visualization out there, and just know that when you're part of this Train Your Brain Sandbox, that's what you get. You get not only me behind you, but you get everybody else behind you too. We're all in this together. We're all busting each other. We're all coming up with new ways to think about things, trying new sentences, trying new experiments, playing all sorts of fun and interesting ideas for how we can shift our mindset, because we know we're brain trainers. It starts in the mind. You can go out and double down on your action. You can go out and work twice as hard. But the reality is, if your mind's not on board, first of all, it's going to be really hard to get anything done. And second of all, you're not going to get the results you're looking for. You're not going to get those results when you're just trying to slug through and use action. So what are we going to do instead? We're going to be proactive thinkers in our heads. We're going to focus on the positive. We're going to soothe ourselves. We're going to say those words that feel good. We're going to continually bust ourselves and be aware and dance around and listen to music and do whatever we can to feel good first before we take action, because that's how we do it. And you can start today. And we'll see you next time on The Mind Aware. Bye, everybody. Mwah! See you soon.